Welcome. This is Claude 101 for freelancers. In this lesson, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to get comfortable with Claude. We'll cover the different ways of using it, which model to pick, which plan actually makes sense for your budget, and a few tips that will save you a lot of time as you continue to learn this amazing tool. And by the end of this video, you'll know more about Claude than 98% of people out there. Speaking of Claude, do you know why they named it Claude? Where does this name come from? They named it after a guy called Claude Shannon. He was an American scientist who basically figured out how computers talk to each other. Without him, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no internet today, there's nothing. So they gave him a nice little shout out and they named Claude after him. That's pretty cool, right? Anyways, next time somebody asks you why it's called Claude, you'll have the answer. Now, our next order of business is I want you to download the Claude desktop app. It's a much cleaner layout, and you get access to all three modes. You get chat, you get Cowork, and you get code as well. So all three modes you'll see are showing up right there in the top left corner of your screen when you download the desktop app. If you're on your browser, you will only get access to chat. So if you don't have it downloaded, pause this video and go do it now. Now, what the hell is the difference between Claude Chat, Cowork, and Code, you ask? Well, let's go over them. Chat is the one you probably already know. It's just like ChatGPT. You open it up, you type a message, Claude gives you an answer. It's like texting a really smart friend. You're on your iPhone and you're texting back and forth. You ask, he answers. It's great for quick questions, brainstorming, anything where you need a fast answer. This is where most people start and spend the majority of their time. Now, Cowork, this is where things get really interesting. It's like having that same really smart friend, except now that friend is next to you. He came over to your house and it's sitting down next to you at your desk. He can see everything you're doing on your computer, not just in that chat window. He can see everything on your computer. He can edit your documents, your spreadsheets, he can create presentations, everything that's computer-based. But most importantly, it's asking you questions. It doesn't guess things anymore. It's forcing you to be clear by asking you follow-up questions, just like you can see. That's where it really starts to feel like having a real assistant. It's not a one-way conversation. Cowork really comes back with follow-up questions that just force you to be better. And then there's Code, the third and final mode. Now, it's still like having that really smart friend next to you, but that smart friend can now code. So you can tell him, hey, go build me a website from scratch or write me an app that pulls all my client data into one dashboard, and he'll do it. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff that normally requires heavy coding. But you'll probably find Cowork to be your sweet spot. This is probably where you'll get the most value for your day-to-day without overcomplicating things with code. But just know it's there if you ever need to code things. It's a really powerful tool. But again, for us freelance marketers, you'll mostly live in chat and Cowork. Chat is for your quick stuff. And then Cowork is when you want Claude to get hands-on with your files and do more interesting stuff. Simple as that. Now, let's go into the different models you can use. Depending on when you're watching this, they might have come up with new ones, but all you need to do is think of them in terms of seniority. You'll see all three models that are right there. Haiku is like having an intern. It's fast, it's cheap, it gets the small stuff done just fine. Sonnet is a senior hire. It's got more critical thinking than Haiku. That's the one most people use every day. It's called, think of it as a very good daily driver. And then Opus, that's your senior black belt consultant. That's really the one you want to use for everything, especially if you use Cowork. It does use more of your credits, so don't use it for everything if you're on a lower plan. But if you have the credits, don't even think twice. Just always use Opus. And make sure you've got the adaptive thinking toggle on, because it just helps it come up with more complex, useful answers. Speaking of plans, that's a good segue into which plan you need, because you got three plans, right? If you go right here into your upgrade plan, you'll notice there's three plans. So if you're on the free plan, you'll see something different. It'll tell you on the free plan. Free plan is exactly what it sounds like. You get access to Claude, but you only get the chat. You don't get Cowork, you don't get code. But Cowork is really what you want to get access to. You also get a limited amount of tokens, which is their currency for how much you can use Claude on a daily basis. So on the free plan, you run out of tokens very fast, so I don't recommend it. Then you've got your pro plan, which is $20 a month. That's the one I recommend most freelancers to get. You get way more tokens, basically usage. You get access to all three models we talked about, Opus, and you also get Cowork and Code as well. So you'll realize very quickly that $20 a month for everything you can do is a no-brainer. And then last but not least, you've got Max, which is $100 a month. That's for people who are on Claude all day, every day, and just keep running out of usage on Pro. That's me. I run out of usage on Pro fairly quickly because I abuse Claude. But again, unless you manage a ton of clients or you spend your day on Claude or you have a small team, you won't really need the pro plan. You'll be just fine on, you won't need the max plan. You'll be fine on the pro plan. And if anything, you can always upgrade. So my recommendation for you is to just get going on the pro plan. All right, that's for Claude 101. You now know the difference between chat, Cowork, and code. You know which models to use and when. You know which plan makes sense for you. You even know why it's called Claude. So as of today, 98.75% of the population has never used Claude. So you're way ahead. That's a true stat. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to migrate everything over from ChatGPT so that all the previous information you built up for months or years doesn't get left behind. I'll see you there.